My mum and dad. George came to school crying. We said, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" And he said, sometimes Mike doesn't shave and his face is... So he didn't know what to say. Then I said, "How did..." And he said, he was standing on St Pancras Station waiting for the...
St Pancras Station.
Waiting for the...
Pancras Station.
He just fell over and died.
Pancras Station.
And then he started...
Pancras Station.
Crying again. He was Haribo's granddad. He had the 2-year-old with tins full of screws in it. Mind you, my gran was died too. She gave me and my brother a red shoe each. Maybe Haribo's granddad gave Haribo a red wall bar. Dave said, my ham died as well. So everyone said, shh. Shh. I was only saying. Shh. And I said, shh. Rog said, shh. And Haribo said, shh. We had a teacher who was so strict, you weren't allowed to breathe in her snatch. She used to stand out the front going, "No, snatch, ding." And you had the whole morning to get through. The weak ones just used to keel over and die. You'd hear them going down behind you. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. And there was always a whiny kid going, kaboom. At the beginning of the week, there were 4 kids in my class. At the end of the week, there were only 5 of them left. Yeah, do you know, at the end of the day, you'd be stepping over kids just to get out the room. Oh no, there's Melanie. That's a shame, she was really nice. There's Dave. Hard luck, Dave. Always knew you were a bit weak. Do you know, people say to me, if that's true, how come you're here to tell the fair enough? And I tell you, it's because when I was at school, we used to we used to sit at desks with lids, and some of us figured out what you had to do was to sit at desks with lids. He wasn't looking, so once more from the beginning. No, the weak ones. Snatch, that's enough. Us lot. Boom. That was the mistake. Slamming. If you made a noise with it was school prison. There was a school prison underneath the school prison. Used to string you up from the
School prison.
Miss, I've been up here for 3 weeks. And there's my toenails. And they're nibbling rats. So I figured it out. What you had to do was slamming the desk lid down. Once more, from the beginning. No. More, from the beginning. It's time to keel Eddie. This'll pay him back. This'll pay him back. This'll pay him back. He's only 2. You don't know you're doing a bad thing when you're 2. Something changes. When you're born, your folks think you're a frying pan. They scream, "It's a frying pan." Quick, 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 come and have a look. It's a frying pan. Then a few weeks later, maybe you lift your... Now, I don't want to say anything to disappoint you, but anything to disappoint you. Wind forward 231 years. Your folks think you're dead. You get back from school. You open the door. You chuck your bag on the screaming demon. He's punching me, Mum. My brother has Haribo's granddad, and the house is dead. I'm allowed in his room for 231 years. My brother is on the floor, dead, and the house is on the floor roaring. When I go in, he shows me a little row of glass bottles, and I sit on his cat and woof, and I spill his orange juice. on his cat juice. Mum comes in and says, cat juice. Look what you've done.
My brother has pneumonia, and the house is quiet.
The corner of... Sorry, Mum. I can't stop myself. I go, you pushed, and I got all these slashes, and I go, I can't stop myself. Nice. 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 Dopey dog dirt and sheddle, fiddle diddle. There's an old shop in Islington called Preposterous Roaring. Presents. I imagine that a long time ago it was a babysitter. Sometimes my mum and dad used to go out. This meant that my mum and dad had to babysit me. He hated it because I just wouldn't go. He was 4 years older than me. Well, actually, he was 4 years old. He'd shout, he'd rant and rave, will you go to... I'd be there waiting to hear the front door close. And straight away, I was out the bed, down the stairs, into my brother's room. There he is, sitting there, reading away like mad. First of all, he tries, I'm not reading away like mad, you fool. He goes on reading. I think, I'll make him notice. I put my face behind my face with my eye peeping round my face. Every time he gets to the end of a line, his eye looks in my face. He tries to pretend I'm not there. It's no good. He can't. My eye is peeping away like mad round the edge of the book. He starts to laugh. Look, look, he says, look, this isn't fair. You promised you'd stay in bed. I'll tell him, I will.